Hi everybody. So today I'm going to do a review of a church Bible, publisher's Bible. So before we look at the Bible, I want to give you their information. So that's got their address, phone number, and website. And the Bible that we're going to be looking at today is one that just did come out. It's a brand new Water Buffalo edition. So this one is going to be their black Water Buffalo. This one is the black letter note takers edition. This one measures out at 9 7/8 inches tall, 6 7/8 inches wide, and 1 3/4 inches thick. And that is the outer dimensions. We've got black and yellow head and tail bands, 3 really well spaced black ribbons, and their gilding, in my opinion, is second to none. You can see how shiny it is, and you got a lot of little like sparkle in there too. So really a nicely done gold gilding. And this Water Buffalo has a totally different grain pattern than the other Water Buffaloes that they've come out with. So I'm going to give you just a quick look at the other Water Buffalo in the cranberry, just so you can see what I'm talking about as far as how different it is. So this one is the cranberry Water Buffalo, and you can see that that's kind of a really wrinkled type look, which I really like. And then this one has a totally different pattern on it. So it's kind of neat how they've got both of these and they're so different. So that kind of makes me wonder if the grain is like stamped and pressed in for that, or what the deal is, because those are so different. So that I'm not sure. But they're both just awesome covers. So again, this one is the black. On the spine we're going to have Holy Bible, Authorized King James, and CBP. And again, you can see the nice grain pattern. We're going to have the 5 raised ribs, which look really nice. And this type of leather just seems to take really well to the tooling as well as the stamping. Very nicely done. It is done by AA Leather. So there's the stamp there. And then the liner on this one is going to be a smooth cowhide liner. It just has a really nice feel. Plus, it's a very thick piece of leather as well. Feels very durable. This one is going to be edge lined, so this liner is tabbed up onto the block. First 2 pages are going to be stuck together at the bottom. You do want to leave them like that because that's going to add strength. We're going to have a few more pages of blank cardstock, so more space for notes. Then we get into our presentation pages. There's a family record page, page for children, marriages, grandchildren, and deaths. One thing I do like the way that they do these is on these other pages they've got the gold and the blue, and then on the deaths they've got the black, and I kind of like the way that they did that. So here is the title page, and this one they did just basically loan this one to me to do a review on. Then afterwards it is being sent back to them. So Randy already did a review on this one, and then he sent it my direction. And then afterwards it's going back to Church Bible Publishers. So we're going to start off with the translators to the reader. If you've never read that and you get one, I would definitely recommend reading that. So that's going to span several pages. And then we're going to have the epistle dedicatory. The print in this and the translators to the reader are both very bold, very easy to read. I'm just trying to really be careful with this one since this is not mine, so I don't want to put any marks of any kind on it. Then we're going to have the names in order of all the books, and then alphabetical, and then we get right into the Old Testament. So we can see that we've got a single column. It is verse by verse layout, and then we've got the nice wide margins. These margins are going to be 2.5 inches wide, so you've got a ton of space for notes. And if you keep the business card that they send you, that is perfect for underlining verses to keep a nice straight line. So if you get a note takers, hang on to the card and just keep it with your Bible, because that's just perfect size for that. So we've got an 11-point font. Again, it is verse by verse. nice and bold print. We can see there right by that verse number 6 and verse number 9, we've got the Pilcrow marks. And so what those are is that's going to, when you're in a paragraph format, that would be where a new paragraph would start in the King James. And I do like on here how they have the line separating the text from the notes. Kind of just helps you to keep it all a little bit cleaner. The paper does have a slight sheen to it, as you can see right there. But this is nice paper for taking notes on. And until you break it in, it's always going to be a little bit stiffer right there just because those first few pages that are glued together. But since this is their prototype copy, I'm not going to break it in or do anything to it. It's just for me to review and get back to them. We do have 3 black double satin ribbons. They are very nice quality. So really nice ribbon. And then one thing that I really like on the ribbons, one, they space them properly, which that I really like. But then 2, you can see how long of a ribbon that is. Most Bibles, you're lucky if it's that length right there. So nice long ribbons. We do get 3 of them, so I really do like that. And then on the, so this is a prototype that they're using. And then this one's got the 3 black 3/8 ribbons, which will be standard in their Platinum series. This Bible will be $125 for one of these. So we've got our second ribbon. We can see that the Psalms look just the same as the rest of the text. And this one is a black letter. They do offer a bunch of different red letter editions as well. So we're going to get into the New Testament, and it's just going to be the same, just all black letter. But the font and everything in this one is just super easy to read with that 11 point. So it's nice to have a note-taking Bible with a larger font and then tons of space for notes, because a lot of times if you have this much space for notes, the font's going to usually be about an 8 if you're lucky. Sometimes they're even smaller. We're going to get back to the end of Revelation. And then we're going to have 3 blank pages of Bible paper, so some more space for some notes. And then we're going to get into the maps. We're going to have 15 maps. So they're all full color. These are on a satin cardstock. All of their Bibles have a sewn binding as well. So nice looking maps. They do have space around the edges, so you can take some additional notes if you wanted to. And then we're going to have more blank cardstock pages, so more space for extra notes. But just a really gorgeous Bible. The leather on this just has such a nice soft feel to it, yet it feels really, really durable. I don't feel at all like I'm going to scratch this one. Very nicely done. So again, this one is the black water buffalo. This one is going to be available in a few different text blocks. So you'll have the black letter note takers, their regular Thompson chain, the red letter turquoise reference edition, as well as the wide margin text only. So my cranberry one that I've got here, this is the wide margin text only Bible. So you can see the margin space on that one there. So lots of different options. And so if you go with the water buffalo, you can either get a cranberry or a milk chocolate, and then they've got another color like a vanilla something, I believe. So that's the grain pattern on that one. And then you've got a completely different grain on this one. So different water buffalo ones. So and you can see that this one's kind of a satin type finish, where this one's very shiny, because we can see we're not getting any glare off of this black one. But just a gorgeous, gorgeous leather. They do have really good variety on their Bibles. So they've got different hand-sized text only, wide margin cameos, the turquoise. They've got the study Bibles with the Schofield notes, different Thompson chains, large print wide margins, and then some different series of the note takers. But just a great ministry. I would definitely recommend Church Bible Publishers for any of your King James Bible needs. And they are a ministry, and so if you're not in the market for a King James at the moment, I would definitely recommend still checking out their website. And if you can afford to, give them a small love offering, even if it's just $5. That definitely helps them, because they do provide a lot of Bibles to people in the States as well as overseas who cannot afford a Bible. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.